In the quiet London suburb of Enfield, 1977, strange and terrifying events began to unfold in a seemingly ordinary council house on Green Street. The Hodgson family, Peggy, a single mother, and her 4 children, lived in this unassuming home, unaware that it would soon become the center of one of the most famous paranormal cases in history. It all began in August when Janet, the 11-year-old daughter, and her brother Johnny, 10, complained of strange noises in their bedroom. At first, Peggy dismissed their claims as childish imagination, but when she entered their room, she saw something that froze her in place. A chest of drawers had inexplicably moved several feet across the floor, as though an invisible force had shoved it with great strength. Peggy attempted to push it back, but it resisted her, as if being held in place by an unseen entity. Fearful and confused, the family sought help from neighbors, who also witnessed objects moving on their own and eerie knocking sounds coming from the walls. With nowhere else to turn, Peggy called the police. One officer who arrived at the scene reported seeing a chair slide across the floor without explanation, but with no evidence of a crime. The authorities were powerless to help. As the disturbances grew more intense, experts in the paranormal, Maurice Gross and Guy Lyon Playfair from the Society for Psychical Research, were called in to investigate. What they found shocked them. Over the next several months, the house was plagued by a series of terrifying events. Furniture would levitate, toys would fly across rooms, and strange knocking noises echoed through the house at all hours. Janet, the focal point of the activity, would speak in a deep, gravelly voice, claiming to be the spirit of a man named Bill Wilkins, who had died in the house years earlier. Despite their skepticism, Gross and Playfair were unable to explain the phenomena. They witnessed objects moving, unexplained voices, and Janet being thrown across the room by unseen forces. The most chilling moments came when Janet was found twisted in impossible positions, levitating in her bed, or being physically assaulted by the poltergeist. The events at the Enfield house quickly drew media attention, and reporters, photographers, and skeptics flocked to the site, hoping to debunk or document the case. While some accused the Hodgson children of fabricating the events, many witnesses, including police officers, journalists, and paranormal investigators, reported seeing phenomena that defied logic. Janet herself became a subject of controversy. Although some believed she was orchestrating the events for attention, others were convinced that she was genuinely possessed by a malevolent spirit. The deep voice that spoke through her was recorded several times, and experts struggled to explain how a young girl could produce such a sound. Over the course of 18 months, the haunting continued, with periods of quiet followed by intense episodes of paranormal activity. Eventually, the disturbances began to fade, and by 1979, the poltergeist seemed to have left the Hodgson family in peace. However, the case remains one of the most well-documented and debated hauntings in history. To this day, the Enfield Poltergeist case is regarded as one of the most compelling and mysterious